you're on the path of it.
Yeah. And more than even the desire, I care about the feeling of feeling in control of it, like control of making things happen. Or
Well, you're not in control of anything except holding yourself in the frequency.
Yes.
But
yes.
that's different.
Yeah,
that's different, because people that want to be in control, controlling wives and controlling husbands and controlling mothers. There are people that feel like they have to control everything. But
no, just my own emotion.
There.
Yeah, just my own emotion. And so oftentimes I feel like I'm on the leading edge.
And let's not use the word control so much.
Okay.
Let's use the word choose. Feel my way into it. Let's say, feel it in any way I can and stay there as long as I can, so that the momentum will carry it into something even more satisfying. It's a consistency. You see, you all do this all the time. You are wonderful at creating, but you move it along and then you slow it down, then you move it along and then you slow it down and then you move it along, because you're more observers than you are intenders. That's why we say the phrase, is this my opinion or my intention? Because those are different mindsets. Your opinion is your bias, and your bias works against you all the time. I knew that was going to happen. That's a bias that isn't helpful. That's an opinion bias. But an intention, yeah, I like the feel of that. I'm looking forward to more of that.
Does it help if I say that I want to be in control of the feeling of it, of the way I feel about it?
It's all right, but we'd leave the control word out, because it stirs up old memories, old vibrational patterns of wrestling things to the ground. Words don't matter very much. It's just your intention. You want to be a deliberate creator, and already are. And you want manifestations because they're fun, and they taste good, and they feel good, and they smell good, and they look good. And you came to do this, and your inner being's been gathering the cooperative components. That's the plan. The plan is for you to find something that feels good, and then stay in that good feeling place until it feels gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder and gooder. Those aren't real words. Don't look them up. And that's the reason this is so important to know this. Let's put this together. That's why you're here in this body, because you can feel it in non-physical, but you want the full-blown manifestation of it. Wait, it's not that you want the full-blown manifestation of it. You want the fun of seeing it, feeling it, knowing it, sensing it. You said, I knew. Sensing it into being. It's so fun. If someone says to you, you're just walking along, somebody comes up to you and says, I'm psychic and I know everything you want. Here's a piece of it. You say, thanks. I hope it's something I like. I've chosen this for you because I know you better than you know yourself. Yuck. But when you have ferreted out the details of it, I didn't like that part, but I want that, and that helped me to know that I want that. So there's this wonderful collaboration that your life experience has created, that your inner being is not just supportive of, but completely involved in. And then you catch a whiff of that and you stay on the scent. You ever seen a dog on a scent? Well, that's using nose. We want you to use your emotional scent. Kate played a game with Jerry and Esther. She hid Luke's little red car. Esther still has it on her desk. She'd hide it. They'd go out of the room, big room. She'd hide it. And then they'd come back in and she'd say, you're very cold right now. And so they'd move in one direction, usually in two. And she'd say, Jerry's warmer. And so Esther would go over by Jerry. And then Jerry would deliberately go in the direction he knew it wasn't. Kay would say, you're getting colder. And because she knew where it is, like your inner being knows where it is, and because she was always truthful with them, hot or colder, she played fair, they always found it. Because she knew where it was, and they know the difference between feeling good and feeling bad, or hot and cold. And you do too. And so, what makes you want to make a bigger deal out of things is you want credit for it. You want to be the creator of your own reality. And we say you are. Step one was all of that. Step one was all of that. You said, I'll go in and I'll mix it up, and I'll like some of it and I won't like some of it, and I'll involve myself with as many others who want all kinds of different things, and together I will inform myself of what I prefer, and I will give birth to it. And your inner being says, and we'll stay on it like a dog on a bone. And we'll offer a signal. It's over here. It's over here. It's over here. You're getting sadder. You're getting sadder. You're acting more like a victim. You're acting more like a victim. You're mad as hell and not going to take it anymore, and you're not getting closer. Ah, that feels good. Ah, that feels good. You like that. Feels interesting. Feels fun. Feels humorous. Feels enlightening. Feels invigorating. Feels exhilarating. It's so simple. But, as you say, it's a different kind of control. It's being willing to accept that I'm supposed to feel good and then making sure I do. And that's a big hurdle for a lot of you, because a lot of you are not yet sure you're supposed to feel good. Because you haven't felt good for a while, maybe, and you're trying to justify why you don't feel good. I know I should feel good, but I've had a hard life, or this is a hard moment, or whatever. Don't justify where you don't want to be. Look for it where it is.
Can I talk about some specifics?
Well, the specifics come. In other words, if you can find the general place. In fact, would you agree, this is a leading question, would you agree that since the vibration is at the heart of something that already exists, that the specifics that occur is just about momentum of not going in opposition to the feeling. In other words, if you can find the feeling and not break the feeling with some kind of reality or somebody else's advice about something, you can maintain the feeling, then the law of attraction has to create more momentum. And more momentum brings more specifics. And the next specific that comes is, what is it? From the vibration to the thought,
ideas, and
to the idea, to the rendezvousing, to collaboration with someone. You could meet with 100 collaborators, and only 2 of them might have only one marble in their bag that matches your intention, and it would light up. It would be so obvious to you. Haven't you ever been to an environment, maybe a party or a gathering, where you were socializing and you found yourself immediately drawn over there to that? That's the law of attraction that knows who you both are, and the cooperative components to one another are being drawn together. And don't you know it when that's not it? Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Big time.
Yeah.
So what's happening is, like, nothing from my older life is now making sense. My job, the work I do.
It all made sense because it all was what it was, and it informed what you prefer. And every particle of it was beneficial. And you could not be where you are now without all of it. And your vortex wouldn't even exist without it. And your vortex is everything. Your vortex is the sum of who you've become, and it's what's calling you forward, and it's where your inner being dwells, and it's the necessary preliminary version of everything that comes next. This conversation is not about, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, and you shouldn't be doing that, and you shouldn't have done that, and that wasn't the way it works. This conversation is about, you all did exactly what you intended to do. You can't get it wrong. You didn't get it wrong, and you're not ever going to get it done. It was just right. It was just right. It is just right. It is just right. It is just right. And in this just right moment, you have a choice to feel a little better or to feel a little worse, to be a victim or to stand in your strength and clarity, to be happy or to be annoyed. And whatever you choose is going to gain some momentum for a while. And here's the thing. A lot of times, you don't realize what your vibrational point of attraction is until it manifests into something where you can see it. So isn't it kind of a good thing that things manifest so that you can tell what direction you were going? It's like you could say, thank you very much. That was information I needed because I thought I was happy, and it turns out I was miserable. I didn't know it. I was smiling because people like me to smile, so I was smiling. Gotta own how you feel without, here it is, without negative judgment. Say it better, without pushing against it. You want to be like your inner being. We talked about that to our teacher friend, our mother friend. You want to teach. You want to be like your inner being is. And your inner being sees you right where you are and revels in it. Because your inner being knows that That has created that. And that's what's predominantly calling you. And to our friend worried about reemerging into non-physical, you're really going to like it when you get there. Really going to like it when you get there. Enough?
Ask a question. Maybe it's going to throw me out of the vortex, but I'm going to ask it regardless. And the question is that you feel these beautiful emotions, and there's this saying where it's like first you have to feel the essence of it, and then it comes into your life. And I guess
slow down just a little bit.
Yeah.
When you feel something that feels wonderful, understand that it's your inner being having those feelings, and you're joining your inner being in those feelings. It's not something that you're making up. This is a rendezvous point. This is a high vibration matching another high vibration and then exploding. That's why you called it orgasmic. Exploding into something that is more, unfathomably more, really. So now what were you saying?
The question was about the gestation period. Because there are certain things where it's like you say that, I remember from your teachings where it's like, if you're in alignment, it's almost like an instant manifestation. Like, for example, I remember one time you said it's like, you could say manifest millions of dollars in seconds or something like that into your bank account or something along those lines. And it's just sometimes you just want those feelings, but then it's also when it doesn't happen, it kind of spits you out of the vortex. But it's how do you get more of that where it's
well, what you're talking about, we talk about this a lot, and you're going to help us say it better than ever here. How it goes is this: you are where you are, duh. You are where you are, and you are where you are in relationship with a whole lot of things that your life, in this lifetime and even before, you've set into motion. So there is let's call it a standard or a tuning point, an intention that is pulsing a frequency that is like your guiding light, your calling light, that never goes off. In other words, it never ceases to exist. And you've got some relationship with it at all times. You're in some proximity of that at all times. Well, what is that? Is it a car? Is it a relationship? Is it an empire? No, it's a state of being. It's a state of being love and whole and new and more and eternal and joyful. It's a state of being that things, when you manifest them, remind you of them, but it's a state of being. We've been saying that we don't know of anything that anybody wants or has ever wanted or ever will want that is for any other reason than they believe that when they get it, they will feel better. So it's all about wanting to feel that completion or that newness or that wholeness. That's what it is always about. You know what you don't want, which means you launch a mysterious rocket of desire that you don't really have any conscious relationship with at first, because what you don't want is really conscious. But what you do want, you saw us trying to draw it out of a few people. It's hard to pinpoint. But your inner being pinpointed it, and your inner being knows what it feels like, and your inner being knows what kinds of things you want that feel like that. That was a big statement. Did you hear it? Your inner being knows how you want to feel and knows all those pieces that you put into your vortex that make you feel like that. And your inner being knows where all of those things are. Well, what does that mean? That means your inner being doesn't need you to manifest those things, because that's never going to be enough. You could get every single thing that's in your vortex right now, you could get it, and tomorrow you'd be saying, now what? Because it isn't about those things, it's about the feeling that bring those things. So you're confused about, is it the money I want, or is it the feeling of empowerment and success and autonomy and fullness and blessedness and worthiness? Well, after a while you start to figure out what the reasons are that you want things. But the bottom line reason, the easiest words that Esther can find, is what you want is connection with your inner being, who was before you were and has become more because you are. And now pulsates at that new beingness in rapture and appreciation and love for the you that has made all of this and all of these others. Oh. That's why we say you're not ever going to get it done and you never get it wrong.